enter to start. Welcome to StarRupture Playtest. Thank you for playing. Indeed, I've been waiting for this. Creepy Jar are the makers of Green Hell, and I really loved the crap out of Green Hell. I didn't do a huge amount of content on my channel for that. At the time I was very green in terms of doing videos and whatnot, but let's get into it. Apparently there's 2 hours worth of content, 2 hours, 3 hours worth of content, I believe, roughly. You can't do anything other than single player, that's all you get. We don't want to skip anything. Let's get started. We dive straight in and let's have a look at all the fun. Let's see what this game has to offer. It's a first-person shooter, but it's a based builder. So my impressions are that it's going to be something along the lines of Satisfactory, where you build bases with random weird machinery, obviously, and then there's a lot of shooting on the side. Alright, we need to get our live stream sorted as well. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so what are we going to be? A biologist, a scientist, an engineer, or a soldier? We are a base builder, right? Or is this just purely going to be for the visuals, right? Ooh. Apparently I, oh dear.
What the?
Please don't move. I want to run a holistic scan. Commencing holistic scan.
That's very Subnautica. Come on, what you got for us? Oh, more rum,
Life
that's what we
vitals
need.
normal. Prisoner PO212.
Ooh, prisoner.
Welcome to the Argos program.
Oh yeah.
Your adventure with the Playwood Corporation begins right now.
It kind
Hello,
of randomly chose you, but I
am
don't.
Gal, your galactic assistance liaison.
Ooh,
The Playwood Corporation would
That's
like
too
to
much.
apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced.
I'll wait
You
for.
can now exit the lander and
Come
begin
on.
your introductory
You done?
training.
Yeah, excellent. I just tried to move and everything spun in a really crazy fashion. Keyboard and mouse sensitivity is at 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's put this down. Maybe we can go for like 0.34. We'll see if that works. Targeting sensitivity, we'll put that down to. We don't want a vertical. Toggle to sprint is not hold. We would prefer toggle. That would be bloody wonderful. Thank you very much. I love games which have the toggle to sprint. Audio was fine. Display, window full screen's all good. I don't think I want to change any of this stuff. Target FPS, yeah, 60's good. But we have 144, that's all good. Gameplay. Sure. There's not a lot of options, but that's all right. Are we able to... Yeah, back. Ooh, it's still a little bit grainy when I do my pan. Oh wow, it's really grainy. Options, video. So windowed full screen, we're on 1440. Have I got my frames up in the top right? No, that's missing, isn't it? Video. Might need to downscale. 3 resolution, global, and we'll turn illumination down. Shadows can go down. That's all fine. Post-processing, we don't care about that. Effects, yeah, we could turn that down, but that's all good. Frame rate of that is good. Frame rate limit in the menu. Let's get into 60. Frame rate limit. Done. Okay, back. Oh, it's a bit better. Still seeing a little bit framey, but that's all right. All good. So, after all that, we just started the game. Alright, regenerative You have claimed a regeneration chamber. I'm not sure what that did for me, but that's all good. The tutorial is telling me to exit the lander and start your training. I want to see what we've got. I personally has a food stack. Oh, no, we can take that. So the sounds. Ding 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 ding. Everything's labelled nicely though. Just take all the food. Very good. Mainframe. Incoming message. Dear configs, welcome to the first team and the new Argos project. Claywood Corporation is honoured to welcome you to the surface of Arcadia 7, located on the Rupture system. I guess that's the StarRupture. In the X galaxy. Your presence as the first team after the more than half a century of stagnation marks the new chapter in the history of humanity. Blah blah blah. Your mission is to get the necessary resources for Earth in this undiscovered world. Of course, which is going to be filled with bad guys. Basic item printer. Pistol, standard ammo, and a basic building thing. Well, apparently we just need to leave, so let's just do that. Rather than...
Welcome to Arcadia 7 in the Rupture system.
Okay.
The goal of this training is to teach you to effectively acquire and produce goods for our clients. However, we'll begin with something simpler. Arcadia is often bombarded by meteorites, which are rich in resources. You have been equipped with a tool to acquire them. Use it to extract what's most valuable in the meteorite.
Okay. Explore the planet, obtain the meteorite heart. And before I do anything else, I'm not struggling for oxygen by the looks of it, which is good. I have to turn down that sensitivity more. So what I'm actually showing off here is, like, if I turn fast, everything gets really blurry, and it's not motion blur. But if I look up there and I move the mouse extra slow, you can see that everything stays in nice render. Everything looks really, really good. So it means that my sensitivity is still really rubbish. It's really crazy with the numbers that we're looking at here. Let's go with 0.1. Okay. Back. Yeah, it's still grainy. Alright, but we're just going to have to deal with that because that's just going to be the... Ooh, energy bar. That's just going to be how it is. So that's our drop pod. We're in the mountains. I just have to be remembering. Ooh, everything's loading it in. Oh wow! Look at that vista. That needs music as you're sort of walking over. Get something that's really beautiful. You sort of walk over that hill and go dun dun dun. Music. Oh, there it is. There. Slight little music. Explore the planet to find the meteor. Well, that's the meteor there, I'm assuming. Press 1 to equip harvester. Oh, that's a pretty big harvester. Is that processing it? I assume that it's processing it, right?
Here. Everything here is fascinating.
The Claywood Corporation is very glad to see your enthusiasm. Most convicts do not share it.
Most of them are usually idiots who are unable to see the potential in being a pioneer on a new world.
Technically, you are not a pioneer. A lot of people have been to Arcadia before you.
That was a long time ago, and besides, the quality of their research and observations was embarrassing. You need someone who'll notice the important things, like Darwin on the Galapagos Islands, but better.
I'm glad, but I will also remind you of your resource gathering duties.
So is the dialogue that I'm having bound to the character, who sounds like a little bit of a snot-nosed prisoner with a scientific bent? I am curious. I am very, very curious now. Like, if I was to go back and force the game to give me the soldier, which I'm not sure that it could, would I get a different dialogue? Quit to main menu. Let's do that. Let's give it a go. See if it'll actually allow me to do it. Alright. Session name. Well, we're going to give it a new session name. Ironbeard. Single player. Can't do anything else. We start. I'm not alt-tabbed this time, so I won't have to worry about me accidentally clicking off the screen. And welcome to the few people watching. It's StarRupture. It's a brand new game by Creepy Jar, the people who made Green Hell. And okay, yeah. So I chose this guy, and we had no choice, really, at the end of the day. Okay. You can't skip, so you just get what you're given. And so we have to go through this rigmarole once again.
I want to run a holistic scan.
But yes, Green Hell, wonderful game. Love the game. And this one's more of a shooter builder, and we're going to see what it's all about. There's a lot of Subnautica vibes that I'm getting from the, I guess, the interface.
Life vitals normal. Prisoner PO212.
Mini Scribbler. Yeah, only one character available. Yeah, that's right.
Your adventure with the Playwood Corporation begins right now. Hello, I am Gal, your galactic assistance liaison.
Gal.
The Playwood Corporation would like
very
to apologize
Australian.
for any inconvenience you may have experienced. You can now exit the lander and begin your introductory training. Welcome to Arcadia 7 in the Raptura system. The goal of this training is to teach you to effectively acquire and produce goods for our clients. However, we'll begin with something simpler. Arcadia is often bombarded by meteorites, which
Playing it a bit, not too bad.
resources.
Yeah, good.
You have been equipped with a tool to acquire them. Use it to extract what's most valuable in the meteorite.
Did you play their other game, the Green Hell? I really love Green Hell.
Part of the meteorite is very valuable. You
Yeah,
can use it to create
very
your
valuable.
base core.
My
It
base
will
core?
allow you
Yep,
to build
yep.
other structures and will protect them from the
B
lethal
for the build
influence
tool.
of Raptura. Trust me, you'll want to be protected.
That sounded ominous.
As long as you follow our instructions, you'll have nothing to worry about.
Okay. So Green Hell was a lot slower. Probably more focused on the survival aspect. Oh wow, that's chunky. Building's not stable, well that's fine. Can we get it a little bit lower to the ground, or is that it? Damn.
Good work. You'll need building
Wow.
materials to build the rest of the base. You can create them with the printer in your lander, but gather
That's
the necessary
huge.
components first. Use the harvester to extract them, just like you did with the meteorite.
Okay. All good. Yeah, so with Green Hell, it was a lot more survival focused. So it was slower. You would have to really think about where you were getting your food, what you were doing about keeping clean. So minor scrapes and cuts could really slow you down. There was a certain aspect to once you actually learned the mechanics, it became very comfortable in terms of working out where things were at. But then the secondary parts of that was it was narrative driven, and so there was a really strong story, and there was a twist too. So there was multiple endings that you could actually work with. So I really enjoyed the development efforts that went into Green Hell, and I'm very hopeful for StarRupture. We need to find a lot more titanium. Should be toggle, right? Hey, there we go. It is toggled run. Yeah, fair enough. You know, it's one of those things I understand. My wish list is something like 80 to 90 games at the moment. And then I haven't actually picked up any of those games, and then StarRupture turns up, and I'm given the opportunity to do the playtest. And so I'm playing this instead of my massive backlog of games. You'll be stuck on Grounded too. Oh my goodness, yeah, Grounded.
Come here.
Come here. That's an interesting statement. I've just picked up Grounded I've had Grounded for ages too. Like, I played Grounded during early access, way back when it first came out, and just sort of left it idle, and then Grounded 2's suddenly coming out, and I haven't even played Grounded. So I'm trying to desperately get a bit of a playthrough going, but at the same time, I'm not. But yeah, Grounded 2's out. I'm going to play it too eventually. I'll probably give Grounded 2 a little bit of a leeway though. I don't need an early access game that's going to spoil everything for me. What is that? Oh, you can't harvest that. Okay. Are you titanium? No, you're a different ore. I saw titanium earlier. That's probably there. Alright. Yeah, that was titanium. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's one of those wonderful things with games. It's interesting. I watch a guy called Big Fry. He does all the shooter stuff. So my channel is more about survival games and all the rest of that sort of stuff. But I watch Big Fry because of his keen interest in polyfruit. His keen interest in the shooter space, and I don't mind the shooter games. I'm not interested in doing competitive recording on my channel at this point in time anyway, but he's starved for good content, whereas the survival space seems to be just going gangbusters at the moment. There's just a heap of it per plant. More survival? Yeah, fair enough. No, I understand it. Yeah. As much as I'd love to say that I was good once upon a time, I'm over 45 now. It's not so much my reflexes that have diminished, but I certainly know that my eyesight's diminishing. I've started noticing that whole, you read the labels on cans and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I can't read the labels. You gotta hold it 30 or 40 centimeters away from your face just so you can read the things. You got a few years on me as well? Yeah, fair enough. Don't need to divulge the exact numbers, but yeah. That's a thing. I've been playing computer games since I was 5 years old. My old man, he did computer science at university. Can you harvest this stuff? Okay, well this is just a giant block of titanium. Let's do that then. But yes, my old man was kind of that little pioneer of computer science, and we always had computers in the house, so I've played games for a hell of a long time. Use the basic item printer in the lander. Okay, well that's back the other way. At least the energy system in this is pretty good. You can run around. The graphics are nice. I don't like the motion blur. I find the motion blur a little bit rough. You can use a slide by using the left control. Oh, nice. Is this going to be like Modern Warfare? And you can do like slide cancelling in before you get into jump shots and stuff like that? Computers were introduced when you were 17? Yeah, fair enough. It was there. Basic item printer. We're going to create a basic building materials. Well, let's just grab the maps.
Everything's ready. Now build the habitat that will protect your sleeve from Arcadia's dangers.
Sleeve.
Remember that your body is also a Claywood corporate investment, so it would be good to create a comfortable place for it.
This very Australian female voice there. I like it. Being an Aussie myself. Alright. Am I actually still waiting for this thing to print? Or am I just... yeah, I'm just... doing bugger all. Alright, use the habitat. Building habitat tool, yeah, the B. Build an airlock in your habitat. Basic item printer. So B. need to build an airlock.
Now that you have your shelter, build a printer inside it. That way, you will always have it nearby, thus optimizing your work.
Wow. That was suboptimal. So place, rotate, height. Can we use the build tool to demolish? Oh yeah, place, rotate, height, cancel. Q's to cancel. B is the build tool. This is really unfortunate. Q is to close. I don't have any way of destroying that. I mean, we can probably do this, and then this, and then go around the other way, and then, oh, we're in. Wow. Haven't I got myself a little bit of a fun one. Don't worry, if you place the building in the wrong place, you can always deconstruct it using F. Oh, I should just read the instructions better. F. Boom. It's gone. B to build. Habitat. Now this time, can we get it even lower? It's colliding with player. B to build. Airlock. Alright, we're in. We got a little space. But there was nothing about oxygen there. I'm assuming that over the time... Hey, Bliskin, how are you, man? I'm assuming that if we have an airlock, in the future we will have oxygen. I mean, that would make sense. But right now... Oh, no, we don't want another base core. That thing was huge. We need a basic item printer.
Great. Now build a corporate terminal. That will allow you to complete assignments for different companies.
Okay.
Which will, in turn, give you access to new buildings.
I actually have to find out from everyone with Iron Geeks and stuff like that whether anyone's interested in playing StarRupture. There's all of 2 days in this playtest, and apparently my invite gives me the ability to invite 3 other people. I would assume that Monkey Puzzle and Aurelia are all over this, but we have the ability to invite others who may not have been given the time to do so. Anyway, build your corporate terminal. I've got plenty of titanium apparently. Boom. Use the terminal. Level 1 rewards. Claim.
The first reward was free, but you'll have to work for the next one.
The interface is
How am I supposed to send what I've gathered back to Earth?
The same way you got here, but in reverse. Look up at the sky. Once you build an orbital cargo launcher, it will send supplies right through that rift. It will cover light years in seconds.
It's interesting, like, well, my eyes struggle with this. I look at this and my eyes gloss over the imagery that they've actually got here. So the picture of the orbital cargo and the solar panel and the basic platform, the colors scheme is so identical with the black background that my eyes sort of just lose focus in terms of looking at that stuff. It'd be nice if they had a little bit more definition around that sort of stuff. But the secondary side to this is Planet Crafter. Solar panels and platforms and cargo launchers and ore extractors and all this sort of stuff. I was expecting Satisfactory, but yeah. There's an intriguing mishmash of stuff that goes on there. The fact that that building is so monstrously large is amazing. You just found about it an hour ago. It looks very interesting and addictive. Well, additive. Or I guess that's addictive. The playtest is 2 days. So on the 31st of July, it's done. If you're interested in playing it, I'll probably have to try and hit you up on our Discord channel and get you an invite to Steam. But we need to build a cargo launcher. Right, let's have a look. This point in time with the playtest, it's single player only. And from what they've said, like I'm obviously doing it a lot slower than probably what it could be. It's only about 3 hours worth of content from what they say themselves. To transfer energy between buildings, connect them with their connect to tiles. Okay, buildings can be connected directly to each other with their tiles. Otherwise, you need to match elevation levels. So that's not going to be powered because it's not connected. So if I hit F, we can then demolish that. And then we can take our cargo launcher. We can rotate it by pressing R. Boom. Okay. Now we're attached and we're powered, right? But we need to build an energy supply. Well, that's fine. We need some more titanium. Simply because I'm wasting resources by doing all this fun stuff. That's only one titanium. Whoa, it's powering up, speeding up as you harvest. I'm guessing this is like an infinite node, well, until you overheat. Very good though. I like it. At least you know that you're not going to struggle for resources in the demo. You can just power up and just take a heap more. It's a far cry from the 100 that you need, eh? Jeez. Energy source, right. So what do we need? We need an energy source. Would have to be the solar panel, right? Plug it on the side of the building so that it's attached. Otherwise it doesn't count. Select a commission in the OCL. Oh, right, the launcher. Here I am thinking that meant the commission screen. Orbital launcher. The OCL being the orbital cargo launcher. It wants to have a titanium ore.
As soon as we get the package, your reputation will increase, which
Okay.
will unlock new schematics for you.
This interface is almost meaningless with how simple it is. Wait, what do all these extra dots mean?
Ah, gotcha.
Reach level 2 in corporate terminal. What does level 2 mean? The OCL is used to send requests over. Sending items takes a while. Use it to expand your base. You can always use it more than once to speed up the process. Okay, well, you have that while I go get some more.
The shipment has arrived. You've just proven you're useful, which means the corporation trusts you a little bit more. You've acquired new schematics. Go ahead, claim your reward.
Not been gaming much? Well, I noticed that you had quite a struggle recently with just staying connected in June. Been spending a lot of time with your son and his mums. Yeah, fair enough. I understand the life of having kids. That's that is my life. Level 2. Claim the rewards. Oh. That's not claiming rewards. The OCL. Sending items is blah. Claim your Oh, in the corporate terminal. Okay, we're no longer in the OCR. Yeah, I had the fun one today where my daughter had mistakenly taken... Hang on, we'll just work this out. So, claim this level, we get an ore extractor, rail, and connectors.
We've just unlocked
Claim.
new building schematics for you.
Oh, you did!
Can you guess
Aren't
what
you
they're
wonderful?
for?
A trivial question. Of course I know what they're for. We'll automate production by excavating deposits and sending them between buildings using rails.
Impressive. You've used equipment like this before?
No.
Hardly. It just doesn't make logical sense to extract everything by hand and run around from building to building. You'd waste my potential if I had to do that.
Exactly. Let's take advantage of those 3 doctorates.
Okay. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. So yes, my daughter, well, just about everyone in my family has is neurodivergent, ADD essentially, and she took the wrong meds before she went to sleep, and next thing you know, 1 o'clock in the morning rolls around and she's awake. Had to give her some dinner because she slept through from the afternoon, and then, you know, goes to school, has a bit of a weird day, pick her up from school, and yeah, we're still dealing with the repercussions of all that. And it's just one of the fun things with life, especially when you've got neurodivergent people around you. In fact, we have rescue cats. That's even better. You just upgrade your graphics card, power supply. Hope it will help with the issue that you're having. Gosh, graphics card and power supply, that's a big regardless at the end of the day. So we should be able to... Rails can do buildings only... Rails send that between buildings. If you want a placement mistake, hit F. Build an ore extractor. Well, let's start with that. It requires wolfram ore and titanium. Apparently we're just going to be grabbing some titanium for a bit. Well, I've got 35. Gosh, I watched Monkey Puzzle with his bloody U-Butte system. 80. Surely there's a better node here. I guess not. Yeah, Monkey Puzzle's system is just incredible. He talks about his the level of computing power that guy has with his separate streaming machine and all the rest of it. I mean, I got a reasonable rig with my 4070 Ti, but it's all in one machine. Like, I don't have multiples. And I stream from the same machine that I actually record from and all the rest of that and play. It'd probably help if I didn't waste so much resources early on doing this. I'm sure it's all designed so that you carry on like you've got everything at your fingertips here. But here I am harvesting. Oh, everything's burning. Reload. Change. Oh, it seems to be stuck in a cooking state. Have I fried my machinery? So let's have a look. So we've got an inventory, which is good. Story items, weapons, throwable, mining. The device to use ores. Had issues, not enough drama, had 8 GB. But moved up to a 9070 with RX. Okay, yeah. So my mining equipment has stopped and is no longer working. Hitting random buttons is not doing anything. E to interact, Q to cancel quit. B is your building tool. Reload is R, which is fine. I feel like I'm missing something here. This is some interesting panels here with food. We've got water. Obviously I'm going to be struggling with water soon enough, but to cool down. Well, we're basically on hands at this point. I wonder if I found a wonderful bug in the playtest where I can't actually use my mining tool, which is required for doing the next aspect of the game. And that was that weird material that I saw before, the star tears. Yeah, when I hold R, it just puts the weapon away. It doesn't actually cool down. It's like it's stuck in a heated state and it won't actually cool down. Sprint, double jump. Oh, we got a double jump. Oh, there is indeed a double jump. Alt to dash, crouch to slide, that's all well and good. 1, 2, 3, harvest the weapon slots. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, nope, not changing. Reload, flashlight, med tool, grenade, deconstruct, build tool, fire change, alternative. Yeah, I'm stuck in a state where I can no longer do anything. So quit the main menu, actually, load. Let's load my previous save. Seeing as I've obviously done something there, but nothing crazy. We should be able to smash out while the lady's talking out the stuff. Ooh, interesting load screen. Alright, options, mouse and keyboard. I'm going to bump that up just a touch. Yeah, that'll do. As slow as it wasn't really that great. Alright. So we explore the planet, we get an immediate heart, which is fine. Our weapon is no longer overheating. I can see the heat bar building up now as I do stuff. But I had overheated it before, right? And so when you stop now, does that heat bar go down? The heat bar isn't going down, right? Oh, there it goes. If you wait, it's very slow. So I'm looking at the weapon itself. There's like 3 rows of bars, and the heat is very, very slowly going down. Okay, got a media heart again. Build menu, core. As low as possibly lovely. Find titanium, find wolfram. Now, I had that earlier. Where's the wolfram? You can harvest faster if you hit certain parts of the media. Well, that would make sense. So that was only worth 3 titanium. Right. Kaboom. Yeah, right. That is clever. I mean, the indicator is really minor, but it was just that slight discoloration of what we're seeing on the screen. That's probably the wolf. Yeah. What are you? Helium. Okay. You're titanium. The machine's about to overheat again. Yeah, I mean, like, other than, like, I have to use the mouse very... Oh, that's actually a building over there. I have to be very slow with my panning. That's really open landscape, and, like, giant structures like that just really add that whole alien landscape. Which is quite nice. Right, Wolfram was the red stuff. Titanium should be the silver. Titanium. Titanium. So yeah, as long as you harvest the colourful stuff on the side. Nice. Worth knowing. Alright, so that will cool down for a while. Use the basic printer back at the original. Okay, we're doing that again. Alright, we should be able to catch up to where we're up to though. Won't take long, even though this tutorial is only meant to be like a 3-hour playthrough. I'm probably going to take 6 hours to do it. Slide. Yeah. Slide cancel. Yeah. It's like playing Modern Warfare. Oh, no. Wow. Aren't I really good at breaking the game? Because I'm floating, the energy is coming back. But yeah, I'm stuck in the airlock now. Save. Add a new save game. Right, done. Load. Load the game that I was just in. And maybe it'll get me out of that stuck point. Come on. Otherwise I have to start again. Oh, loading in. My building's over there. I'm like in the roof? Wow. I was seeing other people doing this intro stuff and they were having no worries at all. They're like, oh, this is the best game ever. And here I am breaking it left, right and centre. We'll try loading this thing once again. If that doesn't work, then I haven't exactly gone very far, so I can catch back up to where I'm up to. But no, I'm in the roof, so that's just that. It's not alpha. This is the single player beta, I guess. If what I saw was what. Now let's have a quick look. Library, StarRupture. So we're in the playtest, and I guess we need to find that one. Argo system, StarRupture, request access. Open world. It's not even a beta really, because if it was a beta, usually those things would be closed. But I mean, yeah, it's not an alpha. It is a beta. Okay. Well, we're going to come back here, so let's go. We're back to the start once again. Maybe that's where the 3 hours of content comes from. You just play the same loop over and over again as you hit the bugs. Alright, so if we find the nodes on each side. That's not a real node. That is. Very good. Kaboom.
I can't believe I'm here. Everything here is
Oh, we got voice again.
fascinating.
The Claywood Corporation is very glad to see your enthusiasm. Most convicts do not share it.
Most of them are usually idiots who are unable to see the potential in being a pioneer on a new world.
Technically, you are not a pioneer. A lot of people have been to Arcadia before you.
That was a long time ago, and besides, the quality of their research and observations was embarrassing. You need someone who'll notice the important things, like Darwin on the Galapagos Islands, but better.
I'm glad, but I will also remind you of your resource gathering duties. Good work. You'll need building materials to build the rest of the base. You can create them with the printer in your lander, but gather the necessary components first. Use the harvester to extract them, just like you did with the meteorite.
This one's just going to take a long time. Apparently there's not a... It's possibly underneath, hidden away where I can't see it. Oh, they did a wonderful job with Green Hell, really. I was very happy with playing Green Hell. And they've been updating that game like crazy too. Like the latest stuff that they've added to the game, I haven't had a chance to actually even go back to think about trying out what they've done. Yeah, so there's like little nodules on the media that you're meant to harvest, which speeds up the harvesting process. Boom. But we need titanium, and that was not titanium. Yeah, I wish, like, I was saying it earlier in the stream actually, is like, I have played Green Hill quite a lot. I did a few videos for the channel, but that was back at a time when I was very green in terms of streaming, and it was very new to me doing all that sort of stuff. That's calcite, that's not titanium. Okay, we just hit the overheating state again. I'm just purging the heat this time. I'm guessing that's what it was supposed to do, but didn't last time. And yeah, I didn't get enough titanium this time either. And the last time I had plenty. Alright, so this is a titanium deposit. Like, this thing's not going anywhere, right? When I did this, it just sort of gives you one at a time, which is not very much. It's like a node that you can... There's no like little nodules that you can process off the side of it. Never played it. Seemed grindy, having to eat and drink as much. Doesn't seem too bad on food and drink on this one so far. Well, to be honest, like, we've got stats, but they're hidden away. They're not even visible. That being said, like, they're not going down fast. Green Hell, it was odd in terms of the amount of food that you required to eat based on a given day. That was probably the odd part. It's like you were eating just like a ridiculous amount. At the same time, yeah, it was just one of those mechanics. I think the mechanic that I found better was illnesses and injuries. And so if you hurt yourself with a cut or a scrape, you had to make sure that you had like a good bandage, or if you got an infection, you had to find, it was basically maggots, I guess, to... We good? I'm going to save the game. Overwrite. You had to find maggots to clean out your wounds so that you didn't get infections. But even if you got infections, as long as you had the right plants and materials, like once you actually learnt all the various bits and pieces, you could actually do it.
Everything's ready. Now build the habitat that will protect your sleeve from Arcadia's dangers. Remember that your body is also a Claywood corporate investment, so it would be good to create a comfortable place for it.
Wait for the lady to talk. But yeah, Green Hell, it seemed slower, but really it was more a narrative-driven survival game. So it was all about the story and the twists and turns that it took. And once you learnt the random mechanics, like at the end of me playing, I was wiping out the tribes, and I was trying to basically wipe out like cougars and things like that, the various large cats as they would turn up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah. The large cats, when they turned up, I was basically trying to kill them so that I wasn't taking too much damage.
Inside it. That way, you will always have it nearby, thus optimizing your work.
Good. You finished? But yeah, the cougars, or the leopards, or whatever else that were actually attacking me, they'd leave me with cuts and scrapes. But because I had enough of a stockpile of maggots and bandages and all those other bits and pieces...
complete assignments for different companies, which will, in turn, give you access to new buildings.
That's the printer. Okay, that's fine. Build a corpo habitat. And as long as you had the right materials, the game became a little bit more trivial, and it all became about the story.
The first reward was free, but you'll have to work for the next one.
Okay,
Send us
I'll
some
work for it.
titanium.
As
How
long
am
as
I
you don't
supposed to send what I've gathered back to Earth?
ruin my game
The
again.
same way you got here, but in reverse. Look up at the sky. Once you build an orbital cargo launcher, it will send supplies right through that rift. It will cover light years in seconds.
So we want to rotate the item that way. It was neat that you made armor with things around you, and it was cool. Yeah, fair enough. Well, the one that I haven't really given a chance was the forest and Sons of the Forest. So it wants me to put this in here, but do you just... Okay, we need a charger. Okay. I'll take that back. Build... Solar power needs 40. Okay. Sons of the Forest, and that one was very much sort of similar in that regard. It's like as you're going along, you're collecting resources. You might be just getting like leaves and sticks and stuff, and you can make just like a basic leafy bandage sort of armor, but then as you kill creatures you get bones and twisted stuff too. Okay, so if I hit the heat here, okay, so it's releasing the heat. So I got into a state earlier where it had overheated, but the guy didn't release the heat, which is really crappy. But yeah, oh, there's so many games I haven't played. Or at least haven't given a chance. Okay, 40. We needed... That is 40 though. We'll give it a few extra titaniums. Okay, so that says not enough resources, right? Titanium ore. So what are we missing? I thought that little symbol was titanium. Ah, that's the basic building resources. Okay, it's an instant build. Sons of the Forest and 2 were fun. Felt like they needed... Felt that there was more content at first. Spent half the amount of time in 2 than 1, but they were also adding things to the second when I played it. Yeah, fair enough. I haven't given them enough of a go to really comment. I played the smallest amount.
As soon as we get the package, your reputation will increase, which will unlock new schematics for you.
Gosh, the scale of this game is really odd. The giant sort of shield generator, a habitat, and then the attached structures. Okay. Reach level 2 in the corporate terminal. Well, that just needs time to wait now, I guess. It's like this is apparently sending to Earth.
The shipment has arrived.
Seems dubious.
You've just proven you're useful, which means the corporation trusts you a little bit more.
Okay.
You've acquired new schematics. Go ahead, claim your reward.
Claim.
We've just unlocked
More
new
stuff.
building schematics for you. Can you guess what they're for?
A trivial question. Of course I know what they're for. We'll automate production by excavating deposits and sending them between buildings using rails.
Impressive. You've used equipment like this before?
Hardly. It just doesn't make logical sense to extract everything by hand and run around from building to building. You'd waste my potential if I had to do that.
Exactly. Let's take advantage of those 3 doctorates.
Are we able to go down? Okay, so we'll pop it there. Very good. Build an ore extractor on the titanium deposit. Alright, this is where we got to last time before, where it decided to crash out on me. Oh, that's chunky and a half. Boom! Every connected element can transfer energy. Connected buildings using railways allows transfer of energy and resources. Okay, well that helps. So you don't need to maintain a level as long as you maintain a railway. Which they didn't specify before. They just said that it had to be connected. Well, connected at the same level. What's the bet I've placed this back to front too? Are you kidding? So we build our ore deposit again. Where are you? Okay. Alright, this time they're going to face it the right way around. That's better. Ooh. Oh. I can see how this is going to be a fun game with logistics. You've got to make sure that everything's facing like the beautiful optimal way and all the rest of it. This will be very satisfactory style gameplay. Not cargo. Eh, no, it was the cargo launcher. Right, so we had that way, and that worked pretty good. It's facing that way. So I should be able to rotate that way. And now we can find a rail. There. To there. Yeah. What does that mean at the end of the day? Does that work? I mean, that looks red. It doesn't look great. Provide enough resources for your building to operate. Is it the power, or was it the direction that was the problem? I mean, I'm happy to build more power.
Now that the raw materials are being extracted automatically, you'll have
Okay.
more time to build out your base.
I have a question. Why didn't you install all available building schematics for me from the start? That would speed up my work even more.
All of the machines made available to you during your mission are delicate and extremely expensive. They are also bound by NDAs and patents. None of the
Okay.
companies working with the Claywood Corporation have granted permission to give you everything right away. You need to prove you are worthy of using the more advanced equipment.
But I already signed the NDA.
This will be best explained by the words of Annika Fisher, the CEO of Future Health Solutions, one of our partners. Playing recording.
There's no way I'm giving those animals access to my power. They don't give a damn about law or intellectual property. But if it's necessary, and they earn it, so be it. Please don't quote me.
Alright, finished. By the way, hello Fro, welcome to the stream. And yes, the interface, it does beep a fair bit. Select a commission from the OCL. Oh, again, OCL. OCL's different from the commission screen. OCL was the machine that I built the conveyor belt to. Training Corporation, level 2. But I shouldn't need to provide it resources now, it should just happen. And that's very satisfactory. As it kind of just shoots off particles into the sky. Oh, it's really odd. Like, you build this orbital cargo launcher. It's the reverse way of getting back to Earth. And so, I guess from the game description, this is how I send resources back to Earth. It just seems really... like, that. How does that get there? Like, maybe there's a ship up there somewhere that is picking up these resources, but... yeah, either or. That's all good. I mean, as Pliskin was saying, like, the visuals of the game are really, really good. I mean, I'm only at a very basic level at this point. I don't like the menu interface. I find it's a little bit rough around the edges. Or it's probably more the build menu. When I look through this sort of stuff, I find a lot of this stuff gets lost together because everything's black scale, grey scale, on a black background with grey scale, and everything kind of just blends together, and you don't really know what it all means. There's a rift in space. You kind of see it. Okay. Oh, well, there's a planet up there. Look at that. It's like the planet has been shot through.
Great work as usual. Now build the analyzer and research some local flora with it.
Okay. Claim the rewards, or claiming the rewards is OCL? Yeah? No. Maybe claiming the rewards was the corporate mission thing. Yeah, analyzing station. There we go. Build menu. Analyzing station. Only needs 25. That looks like an inside thing. Like, it's it's like we've got this airlock. I'm out here. There's no oxygen, but we have to use an airlock to get in, and that suggests that in the future there will be oxygen. Mechanics. Analyzing station. Explore the planet to search for plants, and then use the analyzing station with plants. Well, I already have the hydro bulb, so let's do that.
Another great day for science.
That was almost grounded in terms of its response. Alright. We're gonna need stuff. Explore the planet in search of plants.
Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists
Wow,
and claim
I picked
your
up one
reward.
plant.
In the future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with. The data from Arcadia is so valuable.
I searched so
that
far
companies prefer to keep
find
it to
that plant.
themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them. Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists
Use
and
data
claim
points
your
to
reward.
gain
In the
reputation.
future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with. The data from Arcadia is so valuable that companies prefer to keep it to themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them.
Okay, but how do I get to level 4? Like, what's the criteria in points? 50. And I've got 175, right?
It's time for the final stage of introductory training. Raw materials aren't very useful to corporations, since they need to produce something with them anyway. Use the buildings you have available and automate the production of the more valuable items.
Why
Okay.
can't they process them themselves? They have factories across the entire solar system.
This
The
will be
game
best
sounds like
explained by a
capitalism
private
meets hyper
conversation
advertising.
recorded
Well,
between two executives
I
at
feel
the
like they're
Griffiths
kind of,
Military Corporation.
So you're
building on
telling
top
me all
of
tax laws apply within the solar system?
the voices.
Dude, mining tax, space fee, deductions for extraterrestrial income, sensitive cargo insurance costs.
I'll wait for the voice
Legally,
here.
none of that applies there. They can't even impose customs duties. It's free money, man.
Okay,
I don't know why I asked.
there we go. Subnautica crossed with Satisfactory is kind of the vibes that I'm getting. And Subnautica was all about the corporation owned you, and everything that you were doing was essentially the corporation was going to tax you, even for collecting the resources that you needed to escape and survive the planet. You owed them for the resources that you used to do that. And I get the underlying feeling that there's obviously a massive influence of Subnautica and Satisfactory here. Deconstruct the rail between the excavator and the orbital cargo launcher. Build a smelter. Okay, so we hit F to deconstruct. We pop that down. Build a smelter. So I don't know the menus very well yet. That's an item printer. It's a cargo launcher. Habitat. Analyzing station, printer. None of those are a smelter. Base core. There's an assumption that I have a smelter. Right, let's go and check out the basic printer. Analyzing station is good. Oh, hang on. What's the extra menus here? Nothing. Corporate terminal. I haven't claimed my level 4. There we go. Now we can build the smelter. Gosh, it needs a little bit of a birthday on the interface. It's very cluttered. Okay, so we need 100 of those items. And then, yeah, it's like you're collecting titanium so that you can walk inside your airlock that you don't need because the tutorial doesn't have any oxygen requirements. So now we've got 115 of them. But we can now build a smelter, which costs us 100. It has a left and a right. So if we pop it... that's going to come down to there. Connect your smelter to the excavator. Let's see if the railway will go there. Cannot be placed. Didn't that cost 120 to build? No, it costs 100. Nice. So, what we're going to do is we're going to place that one there. We'll remove that one. We build the... Where are you? Cargo launcher. Rotate. There. I find a lot of icons hard to read, and what there's... Yes, I was just saying that earlier. The grayscale background, or it's not even grayscale, it's a black background with white writing. Most of the icons are black and grayscale, and then even the resource cost is black and grayscale, and it all just kind of blends together and becomes meaningless when you look at it. Why can't that be placed? I reckon I've got it back to front, right? Surely that's what it is. So we want the smelter. That's in and out. Okay, that is actually the reverse direction of what I just had it at. Then we B for build. Like, there's obviously a familiarity that goes with doing all of this sort of stuff. But there's also the whole user interface design. Like, I'm starting to learn what I need to do, but... Like, for example, if I have the build menu open and I'm doing something, I'm doing all this sort of stuff, the prompt is actually down in the bottom right hand corner. It's kind of hidden away. But I would expect that if I press B to build, I should be able to press B to cancel my build, but in this case I have to press Q to cancel. And it's just a difference in play style that I have to learn. But yeah, I would have thought that if you press the same button twice, it cancels what you're doing. So currently I have the weapon out by pressing 1. If I press 1 again, it should actually holster the weapon and hide it. But that's not what's happening at the moment. Select titanium bar from the smelter. Okay. And watching you do stuff, it's interrupting the workflow to have an open window each time you switch pieces. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, so I'm in the smelter, right? And if I want to get out of the smelter, I can just press escape. But if I open the build menu... it wasn't the build menu. There is another menu somewhere else that I've had, and I pressed escape and it didn't work. Maybe it's the F? No. Yeah. Right, so I've got the deconstruct tool open now. If I hit escape, it takes you to the menu. If I open up the build menu, I hit escape and it goes away. And there's a number of menus like that, where it's just kind of like, escape should take you back to the default state, but it doesn't quite do that. But that's alright. We now have a satisfactory channel going, which is we have titanium being farmed into a smelter, which is making us titanium bars, that is going to the orbital cargo launcher. And we can choose a commission,
We're nearing the end of our training.
which requires a...
Please answer the following questions. On
Okay.
a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious does being incinerated alive make you feel?
Since this is the first question, to establish a good baseline, I will
Okay.
answer 5.
Understood.
Oh, look at that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid are you of arachnids about a meter in diameter?
It's unnerving how specific that question is.
Is that like a solar
There's no
flare?
need. Questions never killed anyone.
This will have to be the shooter aspect of the game coming into play. There's something mechanical over there. But yeah, that looks very solar flare-like. There's something down there too. Alright, reach level 5. Well, that's just going to happen natively as it goes. Inconsistencies. Well, yeah. This is the solo playtest, and I don't know if this is the first playtest or not, but this is kind of like the introductory thing for this game, which is like the first ever release of information. Or it's not the first release of information. Creepy Jar have actually been hinting at a lot of this sort of stuff, and this is just their first thing. There's no multiplayer. This is a solo player playtest, even though that it's meant to be a co-op game. It looks like it'll be the usual co-op 4 players, but we'll see. You know, it's one of those things that could change at any given moment at the end of the day. Level 5 unlocked, and so we need to go to the... I have to be careful. I got trapped in the airlock before and it actually ruined me. Claim level 5. This playtest build features an early glimpse at our work-in-progress slice of the game, and not all features are present. But a first taste of the fun will await you in StarRupture this autumn. Autumn's the opposite season to me, usually. So what's that? Autumn goes to winter, which goes to spring. So I guess spring. And spring for me is a few months away. That's not that bad. Always have to do that sort of opposite season, because I would assume this is American-based company. As your basic training in Arcadia is over, you can expand your base however you would like. Optimize your production, explore the world, try and survive. But before you venture forth, it is a good idea to gear up. Well, that's a
Great
wonderful
job.
thing to
This
tell
is
me.
the end of your introductory training. But remember that Arcadia 7 is a dangerous place, and a person
Pistol
will spend their
stand to them,
entire
eh?
life, or lives rather, learning from it. Stay alert,
Analyzing.
gather information, and don't worry. I'm always by your side, watching your every move.
Something
Is
hit
that
me.
a threat?
It's for your own safety.
How?
I will now remove the introductory training restrictions. Location barrier disabled. Sedative injector disconnected. Communications channel active. Awakening other crew members ready. The Claywood Corporation hopes you will have a wonderful adventure and quickly pay off your debt. Good
I'm
luck.
getting damaged. Your hydration is low. Oh, right. How do I get to my bag? I don't have anything. What a rotten system. I just died because I had no idea what was going on. Alright,
Wait,
well,
did I just die? What happened?
A copy of your consciousness is always being sent to the last used regeneration chamber.
Yeah,
Welcome
lovely.
to your new sleeve. The first one's free. Each one after that will of course be added to your debt.
Fascinating. So much data in such a short time. I even remember when my heart stopped. Impressive. I'll gladly learn more about this.
Can we pick that up? No. So let's have a look. My stats. Oh, my stats are rubbish. So I need both food and water. So, because level up movement. Take all. Okay. Let's quickly go over here, and we grab a hydro
That's
bowl.
a snack.
Yeah. Holy fruit. Then we have a look at our stuff. Use.
I advise caution. The fruit on Arcadia can alleviate hunger, but putting unknown things into one's mouth is rarely beneficial to the individual. Though, of course,
great.
it was beneficial to the development of civilization. Although this fruit is edible, that won't always be the case.
Uh-huh. I wonder if that'll end up being a Subnautica style thing where, because we're grabbing random... noises are intense. Whether the Subnautica style thing will actually occur here, where what we're eating and drinking is going to have a negative. It was giving lots of red warnings earlier. Well, I got the hit indicators and then there was text saying that I was low health and food. But, okay, so I'm low health at 15. My food is under 50% and my water's under 65%. Down the bottom left, I'm guessing the little food icon, the water icon down the bottom left there, that's the indicator. But there's no main... kind of way to tell. The short grass looks so fluffy. That one. It does. It's almost like moss rather than grass. Would be very comfy to sort of lie down on. Where are we up to? I'm not regaining any health. So we're fully hydrated. Can we actually just drink the water? You can't just drink the water.
Acquired.
Okay, a couple more hydro bushes. So how does one recover health? Okay, let's get back to base. Movement level. I'm leveling up these stats. Ah, there we go. Survival. So I've got a lot of survival stuff. Combat. So obviously you kill stuff, you get some unlocking, and we've been restricted. Looks like you get the first 3 levels of each. You can obviously upgrade tools. So you can have a med tool, mining tool, throwable, and other stuff. Right. Oh. How are we doing? Just hit midnight. It's all good. A little bit more. Just got to quickly run off to the bathroom. Oh, I will be back one moment. Got a death meteor. Why? Wait, why you got a death meteor? So the question is, what do we mean by a death meteor? What have we got? Oh, I've got to work out how to get actually health back. So let's find the printer. I reckon the printer is going to give me the lowdown on how to do that. So we go to basic item printer. Basic building material, standard ammo, pistol ammo, but there is no healing item. But then there was the other thing that I had. Was it inventory? I had an advanced medical tool that speed up regeneration of the body. So how do I get to that? Obviously I can't use it yet. There was a meteor under the water and food bars and a scar sim. Oh, okay, right. So you're looking at these symbols here. So we have the, I guess it's like armor, health, food, water, and some kind of a skull symbol. No worries, Pliskin. Thanks for dropping by. I assume like the skull icon is kind of like poison or something detrimental. I've got to work out how to heal myself, because otherwise it's going to be really rough. Maybe the star bulb is the key.
Come here.
Survival level up. The effects gain 15 toxicity. Ah, there we go. Toxicity. That'll be the specifics, right? So I've just gained a whole heap of health, but I now have 15 toxicity. Yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, I guess we're essentially in free play now. According to their web, well, I guess according to Steam, right? They said that you can play for as long as you like, but they've restricted access to quite a number of features, and obviously the world is limited and you can only go so far. There's an interesting looking building over there. Given that I am at midnight, harvest this node. We'll go and have a look at what that machine is. I think the gameplay elements, we've definitely covered it off in terms of the stream. I have to work out whether I make a more concise video of what we've experienced, bugs included. For those people that are here right now, the meteors are a fun one. And as Pliskin when he was here, the meteors have a colourful node. And those colourful nodes are actually harvest points. So I can focus my fire on that and it goes nice and quick. And I got some calcium. But if I try and harvest the meteor, it goes really slow. So we find the purple. That was the helium. Titanium. And a bit more titanium. And it just harvested that very, very quickly. The game gives no indication that that's actually a thing to do. But apparently it is. Alright, so that's hydration.
Come here.
Grab a bit more of that stuff. You guys, polyfruit are the food. We're good on all of those. Okay, the toxicity has gone down. Okay, so I was up to 45 toxicity. So it's just a matter of waiting. I mean, that's kind of a way to prevent you from just spam healing. You gotta actually wait. I was wondering if the big red machine or the spaceship in the distance is real or accessible. I reckon that eventually that will be accessible. I don't think it is now. I mean, we can always go for a wander and see. Although we're going to go and have a look at this puffy, weird looking plant. looks like fennel. I don't appear to be able to do anything about it. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a harvestable plant in the future. And it just currently isn't because it's the demo. Oh, think of butterflies. It's actually, I always found it weird with Planet Crafter. That seeding the planet, you had basically, you know, you started off with just terraforming the planet with some basic oxygen and pressure, and then it slowly moved into water to biomass, and then butterflies. It was like the key thing. It's not quite dandelions, but yeah, very cotton-like. Oh, dead body. They did say that a lot of people were here before us. So the dead body has a calorie bar, unknown storage media,
Gotcha.
and an explosive. So the unknown storage media, damaged tech of an unknown origin, and you can use it at the analyzing station. So this will obviously be, when you think about games like Subnautica, not so much Green Hell, but a lot of those other ones, you find things that you can research to get more information. Geoscanner. And we need a map. Why would you need a map to do a scan? Or maybe you need a map to have like a printout of the scan. Which I don't have. I kind of want to go that way, but I kind of also want to check what I just got. So there's another location over there by the looks of it. Nice big mountain over there. There's another scanner over there. So obviously you can use this. I can't use M to do that. Have we got a map? Yeah, M for map. I hit M and it does nothing. So clearly, once you have something to map, you can map your current location. Which makes sense. Like, it's a brand new planet. You obviously want to be doing some mapping. I wonder if during the playtest you can actually get to the bad guys. They alluded to terrible temperatures and insects, but I haven't even built a weapon yet. Alright, let's have a look. 9 on the toxicity scale. So, use another one. And there's that archway of an odd material too. Alright, basic printer, analyzing station. So we have an unknown storage. It just gives you 150 points. Okay. And it looks like you can analyze the same material more than once. So you can just keep farming materials and it will just allow you to get more and more and more points. Clever robots. Moon Energy Corporation, which we can level up, and it will give you a recipe station. Oh, there's a map. Okay. Future Health gives you a regeneration chamber. Takes 200 points. Selenium Corporation gives you a fabricator. Griffith gives you a pistol. Oh, I should be just using the menu on the side here. So, Clever gives you storage chamber, map, inventory upgrade, recipe station, pistol, grenade, fabricator, helium chamber, regeneration, food station, and then this is the main menu. That's a lot of extra stuff. That actually, this, which wasn't indicated very well in terms of the corporate terminal, that's probably the most significant part of the game that I've actually now just seen, and it's like just a footnote in terms of the tutorial. This is your research tree, right? And that's very significant. And this is where all the points that we can use this analyzing station to then just take all of these things. The fruit means nothing. Meteors is 50. Okay, so those meteor hearts are worth quite a lot. And so you obviously need to get out there and collect a whole heap of stuff. My basic item printer, which has one item to print, although I guess we can unlock some pistol stuff. Yeah. I feel like this is the start of the tutorial. This is where I should have been at, where I could actually start unlocking things right from the very beginning. So that's a respawn point, which I don't care too much about. A fabricator allows you to combine elements. I do want this pistol. Alright, so if we level up that.
Griffith's Blue Corporation just unlocked the UP-7. Remember that will help you better deal with the planet's will allow you to upgrade your arsenal, which will certainly help in surviving on Arcadia.
Okay. And I probably can't make a pistol in here, but we can make pistol ammo, which means that I need to make the fabrication station? That one. So I need 200 points. Alright, let's go get some more points. It's late, but I want to do this. Get a little bit of extra info. Try and work out a little bit more about this game before I log off. It's a really weird formation. Oh, you can harvest that. Oh, that's Wolfram. Okay. So that's a Wolfram deposit. That just gives you one Wolfram. I'm assuming that you can build mining stuff. Actually, I should be able to get an ore extractor that just gets that stuff, right? Very good. Right, we were talking about just wandering to a random location too. Ooh, some red looking stuff over there. Do you look at the pretty flowers, or do you try and chase down a location? I feel like if I go to a location, I want a weapon. Okay, so that just gave me a bunch of stuff. Got 2 more meteor hearts. Alright, let's go back. We'll do some research. We'll see if we can get a weapon. Hopefully the fabricator just allows us to make it. Yeah, Wolfram ore. You would assume that, just like the titanium there, you can build a mining facility over there that just delivers stuff, right? Although this is stopped. This facility seems to only be related to sending stuff off-world, rather than collecting for our own use. Ah, there we go. So the cargo launcher is now tied to our level on all of those other points. But I don't have the way to make oh, hang on, I had titanium bars, not wolfram bars, right? Oh, okay, so I can make titanium and wolfram. So now, just like it is becoming very satisfactory in that regard. So I should be able to build a smelter over here. And that looks pretty good. An ore excavator requires more resources. Okay. Let's do it. As much as I want to go exploring. Printer. We build an ore extractor. Rotate it. And are we able to combine streams? Or do I need multiple off-world? Ooh, this would be an interesting one. So we have a new smelter. That one. Analyzing basic printer, horizontal connection, vertical connection, rail connector. Sends items to the corporation. The question is, can I have multiple things going to one corporation thing? Because that's got one line in. But is that it? Can I have multiples? Let's give it a go. So, we build a cargo thingy. We rotate it so it's that way. And we build smelter. Smelty, smelty, smelty. That one. Try that. Got a smelter over there. Then we grab our railway network. So we connect that one to that one. Smelter to our orbital network. Probably going to need to build some more power at this point. Rail network. It's really odd how you can do a bend like that, but all good. So output from here does not appear to be able to join to a second network. Right, so we disconnect that one. Cargo launcher. We build a second one. Rail network to there. Rail network to there. Where's the hint on how much power we've got? Because it's not saying that oh, everything's red now. But that doesn't tell me that there's no power. Times 40. Okay. Bunch of power. Everything's gone green. Okay. Use that. Oh, hang on. We need to work out what it was we were trying to do. I wanted a fabricator, which is Selenium Corporation. Okay, so what does a Selenium Corporation need? Selenium Corporation needs wolfram. Selenium Corporation needs titanium. Right. Does that mean that it's going now? Smelter, wolfram bar. There it goes. Use the smelter, titanium. Hey, it's working. Low on hydration. We actually got a warning that time. My inventory's terrible though. That's right. We can top up our health. And there they go. They're shooting off into space. And now we wait for our level 1. It's like, this stuff's obviously shooting off, but can we take some? Oh, that's right. It said that any excess should get refunded into my inventory. Well, there you go. I mean, there's no early first-person shooter stuff at the start of this demo, which is a little unfortunate. I reckon if I explore, I'll be able to find some. But I want to get a weapon before I do such a thing. If it goes. You need, like, progress bars. There should be a... Oh, there we go. 17%. On our level 1. Get a fabricator. Combines crafting elements into products. I'm going to assume that's how I'm going to get a weapon. I want the weapon. I love this one too. But it's happening. I mean, now it's just a waiting game, right? Gosh, look at that sun. I seem to recall this was part of the problem with the world, is that you've got events where the sun just sends out significant heat events where you have to dodge them. I assume that's what the base item is all about? That's my protection, maybe? It's not really explained in this at all. Come on. I need... Oh, okay. They actually have the what you're working on as a symbol on the launcher. So it means that I should be able to just go nuts and start building other launches and start working progress on other items. I wonder if I can do that. Let's have a look. We're waiting anyway, so that means that you need enough power and or extraction. So I should be able to take more cargo launches. One. Not enough resources. Can't just jump through. Okay. build a cargo launcher, we've got to make sure that the exit is that way. So we have another titanium spot here. So we go an ore extractor. Yeah, rotate it that way. The rail goes into there. Yeah. Oh, hang on, that's raw ore. So what we actually need is another smelter. We need a splitter. So we've got rail support, rail connector. Is there a splitter? There's no splitter or combiners, right? Connection for drone rails allows splitting and expanding their paths. Connection for drone rails allows splitting and expanding. Swap function is right click. What am I working with here? Building is colliding. I assume that everything coming in and out, you then get to choose. So if I destroy that, we take our splitter functionality, we put one there, now take that off. I can then take a rail coming out of the smelter into the splitter. We can then come out of the splitter into our output. We can then take an output from there to there. So we've now taken one out to two, right, one in to two outs. I've run out of power, but that's fine. So we can take another input, but that's got to go to the smelter. So that's wrong. So I need a combiner of my inputs. We're going to take that one down, just in case that's hurting me energy-wise. But it's not. Alright. So we use that. Let's go with the Moon Corp. Titanium. Cool. I mean, I'm liking the combinations that you can actually work with here. This will work out really nicely in the long run. I do think they need to work on their menus. Still. A lot of power that's required as well. Low calories. Well, we can use the items that we have to fix that. Would like to see that the health was tied to overall. Okay, so that's just going into one spot.
The Selenian Corporation thanks you for your shipment. Your
Okay.
rewards are waiting in the corporate terminal.
So now we need a splitter. Rail. Input. Input from one goes to there. input from a second goes to there.
I'm detecting increased rupture activity. Prepare yourselves for a wave.
A wave of what? What? No. Can I build a fabricator? Fabricator, corporate analyzing habitat. Hang on, oh no, we're gonna get the rewards first. Okay. Claim. Build. Fabricator is a way off. Okay. So we need you. We need more wolfram ore. No. What am I getting myself into? Come on, give me 10. Here we go. It's saying a wave, but where's the wave coming from? Where's the indicators? Where's the other messages? Don't just do this. Wait for me. Okay, we got 10. No, we're gonna go back in. Yeah, I know we got a wave warning. Fabricator. It's an outside thing. Oh my goodness. No, I haven't got my weapon yet. You silly rotten. There's no pistol. How do I make a pistol?
StarRupture has started. Hide.
Oh. Wow.
Extreme temperature detected.
Everything's going red. Oh, look at it. At least we can hide inside the building. Oh, I thought it was away from the enemies. No, it was the... everything's burning. StarRupture. Looks like it's backing off. It's nice that they've got like a little progressive effect to
Planetary temperature returning
signifying where things are up to.
Too hot to think.
Nice little heat indicator as well. Everything was green and lush before. So what happens now? It is all burnt and destroyed, right? My base protection didn't do a great deal either. Everything's offline. There we go, it's all back online. Low hydration. So what are these things? Fire wave orb. What's really annoying is I just hit 2 and there's now a pistol. I didn't craft that pistol, it just now exists. There was no pistol before. When did that pistol come into existence? Was it when I had the ability to craft the ammunition? There's a lot of tiny little indicators that are just not present, I guess. I love the meteor stuff here though, like the little intricate detail that they've provided in terms of harvesting nodes on the meteor to complete the progress and have a good final yield. I think that's really, really good. Slight little bit of green. Oh yeah, a little bit of green there. A little bit of green, a little bit of green. Are we going to watch this whole area just progressively become green in a tiny, tiny fragment of amount of time? I think that would also be ridiculously cool. Nothing like the assumption that you've been here for an enormous amount of time. Yeah, look at it. I can see green just appearing out of nowhere. Actually, there was a water lake up here. It's still fucking shooting off stuff. Yeah, look at it. Green. Nice. Let me up. Up. Let me up. 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 There we go. Yeah, what was a waterway that was coming down here to a lake. And the green is slowly appearing. And so you have the event that wipes everything out. And slowly the planet sort of recovers from the process of everything being destroyed. Not very quick, but it's definitely there. Everything's slowly getting greener. Worth knowing. And we will check in as that progresses. Oh gosh, there's a heap of green there now. Nice. Alright. So, stuff's happened. We got power. Oh, okay, right. Can we get you? Yeah, we want you to do that one. Unsent,
Great.
return to inventory. Nice. What do you want? Oh yeah, you want titanium. Good. Okay. Nice. So you can pick and choose. You can make stuff happen. Is that splitter actually working? Hey, there we go. The splitter's finally happening. We're going to see the individual line finally taking an effect. There was an object there that I didn't actually recognise. We need to go and check that out. You were not what I wanted. No. Calcium block. Right, so I need to work out what a calcium block looks like. Robots is happening. Which is wolfram and titanium. I need a calcium block. How does one get a calcium block? A calcium block surely would come from the fabricator. Which is you. We'll get calcium sheets. And pistol ammo. Okay. Oh, it's locked. Can't make calcium block. There's probably a demo restriction. Right.
The Moon Energy Corporation thanks you for your shipment. You can claim
Nice.
your reward in the corporate terminal.
Well, let's do that now. Seeing as we're having fun while we do it. Moon Corporation. Claim. We now have a recipe station. What does a recipe station look like? It needs more resources. Claim. Need to be able to add like a reserve amount prior to smelting, right?
Great.
Oh, right, you can. You can go and raid the smelter. Nice. So I should be able to go and grab this one. Come in here, we can grab 100 wolfram. Nice. Okay, so I need hydration. The ground is slowly getting greener. Well, I'm kind of glad that I grabbed a few of each, but it's clear when you first start the game, you need to stockpile resources. They haven't added a, they haven't got timers on the resources yet, but I would assume that they would add them later on, surely. Because you wouldn't have this sort of a random situation where you've got food, you've got hunger, amongst other things. Fire wave ore gathered from blood used in the analyzing station. What can we use that for though? It's just analyzing station, so it's kind of like I've just been burnt, so it's my special. I mean,
Another great day for science.
wow, 1500. That jumps up stupidly fast. And you only get to level 3, so 1500 is kind of like where it's at. That's storage. I don't care about that. But I'm right next to my already resource. Already next to a place where I can respawn infinitely, so it's all good. Okay.
No ammo.
I know I have no ammo. Let's see what we got. Pistol ammo. And now we have the all-important ammo.
A biologist placed on the dialogue.
Level up survival. We could go for a walk there. Gosh, the frames have gotten all weird.
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Oh, well there you go. There's no food or water yet. Okay, yeah, the plants are slowly spawning in now too. And there's the water. Nice. Right, so now that we've sorted that out, okay, here we go, yeah, the water fruits have turned up.
That's a snack.
It is a snack. It's more than just a hydro bulb. Polyfruit, which has turned up and is now stupidly plentiful. So it's the kind of thing where prior to the StarRupture, so when the star exploded, it wipes out all of your natural resources. So you're really kind of pushed that if you have the opportunity to, you could just go and harvest all these resources like crazy, like just go berserk, pick up all of the possible resources you can get, just so that you can use them in the resource facility. Get yourself those few meager resources right at the very start of the game, and then, you know, the StarRupture happens, it just wipes them all out. So if you didn't do something with them, they're gone. And that's a building that I haven't seen before. Hey, Kit. Survival with a pistol. Well, to be honest, like, I only just got the pistol. It's StarRupture. This is the same people that made Green Hell, the survival game in the Amazon forest or whatever it was. They've made a game which is very, very similar to Satisfactory, sort of crossed with Subnautica amongst all random games. I've only just recently got myself a pistol, and I'm considering going for a bit of a wander to one of these points off into the extremities. But yeah, there's an interesting sort of byproduct with a lot of the stuff. I just had a StarRupture, so the star that we have here off in the distance, it exploded and it wiped out all of the local flora, and so this was all grey and burnt, and it's all just sort of grown back just recently. And yeah, there's supposed to be bugs that can attack you as well, or at least insects of some description, and I'm kind of deciding what it is that I want to do before I sign off for the evening, because it's getting late. It does sound very intriguing. I'm very interested in trying out the game. The problem is that as much as I can see a building over there, this is effectively a demo. I've already hit the end of the playtest in terms of content
Great
delivered
work.
to the player.
Future Health
That's a snack.
Solutions is now receiving all requested items. New rewards and tasks are waiting for you in the terminal.
Alright, let's go. Quick look at that. It's a cut down version of the game, as you would expect from a demo.
Congratulations! Clever Robotics has received its order. A reward for fulfilling the order is waiting for you in the terminal.
You need wolfram plate, you need titanium rod, you need calcite sheets, and you need titanium beams. Right, let's have a quick look at that. Because we've got this bad boy, the fabricator, and it does wolfram wire, titanium rods, and calcite sheets. But to be able to do a calcite sheet, we need a calcium block. But when I had a look at that, the calcium block is prevented. So in here, I'm not allowed to actually make a calcium block. So this is the restriction on the demo, right? Well, I assume it's the restriction on the demo. I'm not allowed to make a calcium block unless there's something that I've missed. Maybe there is, because I should have calcium. Right, yeah, I have calcium. Maybe I can manually process it. No, I can't manually process it there. Then we have the analyzing station. It's not giving me anything new. Alright, let's have a quick look. So regeneration chamber is a respawn point. But we're fine. We're right next to a respawn point. Personal storage, okay, so we can basically store stuff. We'll build one of them just because. Cargo launcher, base core, habitat, airlock and all of those connectors. That's fine. A recipe station. I don't have one of them yet.
Congratulations! You can now unlock new functionality for your buildings at the recipe station.
But the
Nice.
buildings can already do these things. Why would we need to unlock anything?
Arcadia
Indeed.
7 is a very particular place, full of specific resources and requirements. The building's programming needs to be updated as these requirements change, to avoid unnecessarily clogging up memory as well as transfer fees.
It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price and everything would go smoother.
I'll respond with one of Mr. Claywood's favorite sayings. This is
Ah,
exactly
Bliskin,
why you're
you're
not
back
the
again.
richest person in the world.
Can you add points into machine that selects which corporation you choose from? Yes. The answer is definitely yes. So these are the different research pathways that you're actually working on. And so down here where we have, I've actually built 4 different cargo launchers. And when I use a cargo launcher, I can select a different research tree that I'm working on. And depending on the research tree, it will have a material that I'm trying to deliver to that particular research tree. And so your conveyor belt needs to be attached to the specific resource that you're trying to deliver. And it's a one-to-one relationship too, right? So when I choose a particular one of these, at the moment I've only got level 2s, which only have 1 resource per item. But in level 1, so the future health required calcium block and titanium bar. So I would actually need 2 of these corporate cargo launches to be able to deliver both of these items. Or you could deliver the titanium first and then swap it over to use the calcium block to deliver the necessary items to research or to expand upon the research tree and take it to the next level. And so I've currently got 4 cargo launches, which allows me to deliver 4 different items to the relevant things that I choose. So obviously I can come in here and I can choose which one that I'm currently doing. And I've exhausted all level 1 items. So now I need to basically take my fabricator here, and my fabricator can choose to make the wolfram wire, the titanium rods, and the calcite sheets, and I can now plug that into my cargo launches and expand upon. Well, this one will only do 1, but I could build, like, I could actually plug it into this. This is like a combiner, and so you can actually see that I've got the smelter, and it's coming into the combiner. And then I have 2 outputs from the combiner. So this will split one stream into 2. And that's actually taken the wolfram ore, turning it into wolfram bars. And it splits it so that I can have 2 different launches taking wolfram bars and deliver it as necessary. I can quite comfortably now demolish all of my deliveries because I now have no tier 1 deliverables. They're all gone, and it seems to be one-to-one. Like if I demolish all of this, I get all my resources back as I built it. But yeah, I've now got to work out where I've got to try and do all my stuff from. Is calcium blocks made in the smelter? So this is the one thing I haven't actually worked out. I don't know if it's a restriction on the demo. Right, so in here in the smelter, the 2 that we have available is a wolfram bar and a titanium bar, but there is this calcium block, and the calcium block is locked, and I'm assuming because that's blocked, and I don't know why it would be blocked. My assumption is that it's because this is the demo and we can't progress without that. But I can do other things. I can progress all my other items except for that one. And so what we should be able to do, pick up these items. Now that I know a lot about the layout, I no longer feel like I'm restricted which is really nice. The connectors are in place. What we need is a couple of smelters. I want 2 smelters side by side. Then we're going to have a fabricator. Might actually go with 2 fabricators over here. And then we want the launcher. Okay. We can have a titanium. Actually, no, titanium's the wrong side. So you need to be titan. You need to be Wolfram. What's actually fun is I was wondering how it was actually going to work out, because you have handcrafted stuff as well. If I come into my smelter, the interface is really rubbish. I'm hoping they do something a bit better about it. If I go to my build menu, so this the background of the world is already quite dark, and so if I come to something like my, I'm not even sure what menu I'm actually working with at the moment, but this Rails menu, the background is grey, there's a little bit of green, then the menu is black with a little bit of white highlights, then every single item within the menu is black or grayscale, and it becomes very, very difficult to see what it is you're choosing, and you kind of get lost in terms of what you're trying to work. Even the writing with the white and the grayscale, like, it's all becomes quite meaningless, and I'm hoping that's one of the things that they will change. They've obviously gone for a slightly futuristic vibe, but it's lost something in doing so. That's an ore extractor to a smelter, which means I should be able to move that, remove that. We're going to remove that. Then we want to build. I feel like I'm losing half of my thought processes with a lot of this stuff. You can go there. You can go there. So we have a titanium mine, a wolfram mine. They're coming into a smelter. And then we're going to pop a rail in front of each one. Then you have a single rail out. Okay, so that effectively means that we've got an input of wolfram and an input of titanium, and we can split it into 3 different pathways. Then we have the smelters. Oh no, these are fabricators. I can't do calcite sheets. Right, that's the locked pathway. But should be able to take a rail. Oh, there's a multi-pathway into the fabricator. Nice. So we use that to get titanium rod. Just requires titanium. Well, that's fine. And then you would hope that a wolfram wire just requires wolfram. Titanium. Wolfram. Wolfram. Titanium. So that should just work now, right? Except that it's not. Is it because they're not joined? Yeah, it wasn't joined, so it was not powered. Well, there you go. There we go. Titanium is now rolling in. Wolfram's not rolling in. It's blocked. Blocked. What would be blocking it? Wolfram, okay, well, you're full capacity. Oh, right. That's a smelter. So that is not required. So we take an output from that smelter and we connect it up. And that should just start flowing. Nice. So what can we do? When we look at our stuff, we have a Wolfram plate. We definitely have a rod that we could work with. Alright, so let's do that one. We'll make this one rods. We'll make you the Wolfram launcher. What are you making? Are you making plates? Oh, you're making Wolfram wire. We'll choose you. So now, all of a sudden, we've changed from a tier 2 resource to a tier 3 resource, which is now going into our launcher, which is supposedly sending back to Earth by launching those back into outer space. Obviously, to me, this is very satisfactory. In terms of a game, like, it's just about finding the resources, setting up the necessary mechanisms for manual harvesting, for manual processing, for combining. I guess Factorio is another game that sort of does this one. It doesn't have the fact that you have a star sitting in the background that can rupture and just blow apart everything that you've been working on. And then this is also supposed to be a first-person shooter, so there's meant to be an enemy that rocks up that just you have to fight off using weaponry. Hence the reason why I have a pistol. I haven't had to use it yet, but yeah, there's meant to be an enemy that you need to fight off. How we doing for time? It's 1:15 in the morning. Been pushing it. I can do it though. Having fun. Let's go and have a look at the research trees. You need Wolfram plates, which I don't have the ability to make. You have calcite sheets, which I don't have any calcium to work with. Titanium rods is happening. Wire is happening, and you're a beam. Titanium beam. Well, that's a different thing altogether, right? Recipe station. A calcium block. Insert 50. There it is. Can we just like drag and drop it? How do we insert it? Use the recipe station. Calcium ore. Well, they're the plants. Crafted in the smelter. You got to click the little yellow text below the item, apparently. That's a little obtuse, but that's fine. I got there in the end. I can now make calcium blocks. Oh, you rotten game. Okay, so I need to find a calcium deposit. Alright. What are we looking for? We're looking for a calcium deposit. Oh, it's on. What does a calcium deposit look like? Something grey over there. No, that's just a rock. That looks promising. Let's get some high ground. Oh, or we get a caught on everything. Alright. That's a massive weird mine over there. So surely that's a calcite deposit. I can see a titanium deposit there. Yeah, I reckon that'll be it. Alright. I've gone this far before, right? We'll just check up the hill. We'll find out if there's one a little bit closer. I don't have to use... I haven't used a scanner yet, no. Oh, there is a scanner. That building there, it requires some kind of a map piece. Like at the moment, if I press M, I can't actually open my map, but apparently there is a map. I haven't gotten to the technological level that allows me to use a map. Is probably the long and the short of it. I'm wondering, like, it hasn't required me to go this kind of a distance before. And I wonder if this is by design, or maybe over there somewhere there's a closer calcite deposit. But that's alright. Another meteorite. B, no. 2, 1. There we go. Harvest the nodes on the thing. Okay, it falls apart nice and quick. And hopefully this is a calcite deposit. Normally it gives you an indicator to say this is a deposit. Okay, calcium ore. So if we build an ore extractor, cannot build outside of base core area. Yeah, that's it over there. So I need to build another core area. Unless there's a calcite deposit over there. Otherwise I'm manually harvesting this stuff, and that's a pain. It's not wrong though, actually. Really, at the end of the day, base core allows building other constructions, protects your base from the heat. Oh wow, it does actually cover quite a large area. So if we pop down a base area, we're going to need to eat some stuff because our hydration is terrible. Yum yum yum. We then go to a extractor. Wonder if it allows me to build. Oh, I see what you have to do. So as much as I'd love to have my main base over there, I now have a processor, a smelter. Bam. We would then need a fabricator later. Cargo launcher. Oh, I have to go back and build more of that stuff. That's annoying. Right, I'm gonna go back. We're gonna pick up a few things along the way. Basically, what I've done, I've run out of the building resource, but I'm choosing to have a secondary base to do my calcite farming. I could obviously do. Oh, it is tempting. I could do like a really stupidly long overland conveyor belt. We might as well, just to see if we can push the game. Let's make it happen. Alright. So. If I run this way, what can we do? There is a limit. Bam. Wow, it just lets you go. Really? I'm guessing this is where the enemy creatures, when they finally come into the game. If you made a stupidly long conveyor belt like this, surely it's going to be vulnerable. So we can pop that down. So it's a joiner. Yeah. We don't want a cargo launcher, we want a smelter. Let's pop a smelter down. Build a connector because we want to be able to split the pathway eventually. Join. That wasn't what I wanted. Join those two together. Take the right hand pathway and we go into a smelter. We make a calcium block. That should be unpowered because we haven't actually joined it to the main network. We need more stuff. Alright. We have a smelter, we got fabricators. I think what I want, we will build an orbital cargo thingy initially, but we will have a, where is it? Fabricator. Another fabricator. You. Boom. So that way, when I'm done with this thing, I can swap it over to the next tier of equipment. But we also need to join it to the network, otherwise it won't be powered. That doesn't help. How do I join a power thingy? Rail connector, supported platform, pillar support stairs. Oh, there we go. We joined them together and it just failed because there's way too much power going on. Nice. So I put a pillared support under a regular walkway and that caused the two to join together. We need better power generation. Alright, let's go back to the main base. I'm going to expand upon the power here. Core overheat. Why would the core overheat be a thing? 105 out of 100. So you can't have power exceeding 100? Is that a thing? Is that a built-in limitation? So if I remove that, so we're of 100 of 100 core overheat. I assume that's a mechanic, and so I could have satellite bases doing specific operations. Makes sense. You haven't found the creatures then? No, I haven't. It's not prompted me to do so yet. Pliskin? I haven't actually worked that out as much as I'm not focusing on chat at the moment because I've been trying to work this stuff out. We've got calcite blocks. Oh, here they come. They're coming from a long, long, long way. Oh, I should have. I should have built a satellite base, like a proper satellite base, rather than having it overland all the resources over here. I need to funnel drink bottle here while we wait for the calcite to occur. I definitely need to find out where these bad guys are though. It's kind of it's 1:30 in the morning for me. Pushing it hard. Work and all. But brand new game. Don't get an opportunity like this. At least not from a content creation point of view, and that's already stopped. Does that mean that this thing is going to end real soon? 34 calcium blocks. There is no calcium. Okay. Well, that's really annoying. So we destroy that. We build... Because this is all just... I might as well be playing Satisfactory at this point. Okay, so you can be calcite blocks. That stopped going. Build an output to an input, which should deliver you power, but you run out of power. Power generation. Low hydration and food. Okay, so calcite blocks are happening. We choose you. I mean, this is effectively the game at this point. As much as they touted it as a shooter, it's a shooter game with base building, or it's a shooter first-person shooter base building game. Definitely a base building game. And yeah, I'm building a very haphazard base at this point in time. Although the proceeds are very, very slow. I'm seeing one tiny, teeny item running in at a time here. And the output seems to be going as fast as the output requires it to go. So it produces one sheet. And that's the... Is that the bottleneck? Like, if I was to deliver more materials at a faster state, would it go faster? I feel like that is the bottleneck. So we're going for a... before I disappear for the evening, we're going for a wander. We have a random giant metal structure. We have what looks to be a little bit of a village. And we have a ruined structure. 130 bullets. Gosh, what do you do? Right, that's closer than that at the end of the day. That's also pretty close, and it looks like a ruined structure over there. Alright, let's go. We'll go to the ruined structure. See if we can force an interaction with some enemy bugs. It looks like the world is massive. If all of that is playable world, that's pretty amazing. There's a wolfram deposit over there. Alright. And that looks interesting over there. Ooh, purple stuff. Frames are really bad. Ooh, hello. Whoa.
Rupture activity detected.
Uh-oh.
I recommend finding a safe place.
Rupture? That's the burning wave. What? No. This is crazy. Is that actually giving me resources or not? That's the question. No, I'm just killing stuff for the sake of killing it. There's no countdown either. Let's get back to the base. Hey, where's the countdown? Like, I know this is... Oh, gosh, look at it. Ooh, wave warning. It's coming. Like, yeah, obviously the star is about to just explode. But seriously, where's the countdown? Oh, there it is now. 10 seconds.
Raptura's core is unstable. Head to safety immediately.
Ooh. Here we go, we get to watch it.
Warning. The planet is being incinerated.
Well, there you have it.
Raptura has incredible power.
Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
I assume, given that we have a heat meter, we will eventually have gear that allows us to stave off the heat. Or at least live longer in the heat. Makes sense that if that's the case. And that's it. We survived another wave. However, I'm not so sure about what I think about that. The wave is, or the StarRupture wave is fine. That's wonderful. When I went to that location, it was full of creatures. Like, there was nothing I could do. Like, there was zero. Like, it was just full. Right, let's grab some of these resources while we're here. Helium. I guess we'll try and head to the abandoned village. So the star explodes more than one. Oh yes, no, it definitely does. It seems to be it's a persistent danger. I mean, I can't even see the star anymore. But stuff's in the way. Hey. What's that?
It's about to lose. It's about to die.
Oh. Alright, I'm packing up. Troubles abound. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been fun. I have some dramas going on at home. I'm going to go and deal with them. Save. If you're interested in playing the game, the demo lasts for another 2 days. Otherwise, this is like, it's a basic stuff. Thanks for watching. Catch you next week.